Okay. Women kill me with being scared to stand up for themselves. Malia didn't want to offend Chan by declining his offer to see a doctor. Why do so many women try to be agreeable when they are clearly uncomfortable with certain actions? She is head over heels in love with Chan. That goes back to I don't know. I know with the three of us, we had mamas that didn't play that in the church, and but with other women in the church, it was always about catering to the man, and your happiness doesn't really matter. It's what you're going to do for that man and keeping that man happy. And, you do this, you do that. And, um, it's the boys is always allowed to be, boys will be boys, but with us, we are expected to know how to sew, cook, clean, um, help raise, not help. We are raising these kids. Shoot, we need his help. Um, and so, yeah, just in that scene as being pleasant, you know, um, you want to be soft and, yeah, you want to be this for your man. And, no man wants to hear a woman running her mouth and quit nagging and quit doing this and just, just don't give him a hard time. I don't care about no hard time. Shoot, I'm having a hard time. We both gonna have a hard time. But yeah, I think because that's just how they've been raised. Like the women in Rose City, they are clearly miserable. They have nothing to do. They just married these guys because they felt that's what they had to do. And they're the soccer moms, and they're they're even though their man is running around doing whatever they want to do, they're being agreeable. And I don't know. It doesn't work for me per se, but some women do. Some women be like, well, I just want to keep him happy. Some women, they don't want to lose that title of, being the wife and blah, blah, blah. They don't want to upset him. And some women truly fear their man. So it's better to stay on his good side than, to tiptoe on the bad side. So I think that's why we were raised to believe that we are here to serve and only serve our men and keep them happy and blah blah blah. Yeah, lots of eye rolls. So I know we all agree. You can even tell by the way I'm saying it. Yeah, these niggas. Yeah, that's mm, there.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're taught to be agreeable. You know, we're not taught to have a voice. We're not taught to stand up for ourselves or stand up for yourselves only in certain situations. But I don't want to hear about it. Stand up to somebody else. Like it's that whole thing. And being raised in Rose City, these Stepford wives, women, they were raised to be that way. You're here to serve the man, nothing else. He doesn't want to hear your mouth after a long day of work. He had to work all day, like you didn't do nothing, you know. But you save that extra stuff for your girlfriends if he allows you to talk to them because you got so much work to do for him. So it's that mentality that we're raised under as women. And not only that, I mean, you see that in the church also. Look how much service is given to the men and to the pastor. Even when they come in, everybody has to stand up. Is that not a form of idolatry? Like, what are we doing here? What's happening? So we can see it trickling down. Just take a glimpse in society and see, where we came from to where we are now. And, you can just see glimpses of why, women are the way that they are. And I'm so glad that we're finding our voices and we're breaking free of that oppression, and we're speaking up for ourselves. We're teaming up together, just like the three of us, and we're allowing each other to have a voice, even if we can't find one with our men. We do have wonderful men that can hear our voices, they gonna listen whether they want to hear it or not, so they might as well get on board, and they have. So but hey, if you find yourself in that place, find you some women, great women in your life, so we can get that self-esteem up, so you can learn how to talk your shit too, because you deserve to be heard. You are valued and loved. How you feel matters. So I'll leave it there.
Baby, y'all talking real good. Curious. That's a form of idolatry. I was like, you right, though. The only person that we're supposed to be giving that type of reverence and respect to is God, Jesus, baby. And the pastor needs his water and he doesn't drink the sun, he only drinks Fuji. And get him his towel. He's sweating. No! I remember being at church and the pastor, and I'm preaching good, and somebody get up here and pat me down, and pastor's over here, he's just showing the hell out, and somebody, come on, Bishop. Okay, shut the hell up with that nonsense. Anyways, people have been conditioned to be foolish, and this whole idea that a woman can't speak her mind, I want somebody who can be with me, who can express themselves to me. I ain't saying you're going to be disrespectful, because I'm not having none of that. Try me if you want to, right? But if I was with a man and he was, I'm afraid to speak up to Karina, I have to tiptoe. I don't know. I wouldn't respect you, and then I wouldn't want to be around you. Like, the relationship is not going to last very long. And you know why? Because I value you as an individual, and I really want to hear your perspective. I really want somebody to stop me when I'm being full of myself or I'm being crazy, and say, like, I feel what you're saying, but maybe that wasn't the right delivery, right? I don't need anybody in my life who's afraid of being like, well, you have a little nasty attitude today. Like, what's going on with you, sis? Like, but I don't want to upset her. She's been home all day, cooking and cleaning and making pot roast. She dropped the kids off. I don't want to offend her. When has anybody ever cared about offending a woman? We got men who are so desperate for some type of female interaction. I say desperate because I mean that, okay? Desperate for female interaction, that they're angry. All these good women, or all these women in general, just taking themselves off the market. Okay, well, we're going to die alone. No, that's why you're going to die alone. You're projecting your own fears onto other people. Because if she was like, I don't want to die alone, Tommy. What's your phone number? I never thought you would ask, Felicia. Because that's exactly what would happen. You'd be so excited to get that woman's phone number. Shut yourself up with that, talking all that foolishness. I remember when I was a kid, I was like Alicia. I asked questions. And my dad gonna tell me one time, Karina, you're a smart young lady, but you're gonna have to pipe down a little bit. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I was 10 years old. And he's like, you talk a lot and you ask a lot of questions. Then men don't really like that for women. I mean, I value that because you're my daughter, but it's going to cost you in the end. It's going to be a problem for you. If you're too mouthy, a man's not going to want you. And I looked at my dad and I said, well, maybe he doesn't deserve me. I say, anybody who's going to be with me, you're going to be marching to the beat of my drum. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm in control of you, but if this is my rhythm, I need somebody to join me with that rhythm. He got himself a beat and I got a beat, and that beat is going together. We're not off sync. So we both are on the same beat line. You feel what I'm saying? If I get with somebody and it's like, well, you're talking all the time and you have an opinion and I don't value that. Well, then we're marching to two different beats. You on some slow and I'm on some pop, 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 pop. We need to exit stage left. Just like, it's okay. We're not all created for each other. They feel like a puzzle. They're pieces that's supposed to go together. You can't force a piece to go with another piece. It's not even for the same puzzle board. So you're wasting your time. Okay. Find somebody who will value your voice. We have women who've been raised not to value themselves or to think, I'm in my soft girl era. I'm in my feminine girl era. And I just want to be talked to nice and pampered. Baby, I want to be talked to nice, and I'm going to talk to you nice, but I'm not going to be, well, when he says something that you don't like, you can try saying, Was that very necessary of you, dear? There was this lady who's teaching this whole course about how to respond to a man who's being mean to you. I know how to respond to you. I know how to get rid of you. You're not going to disrespect me, and I'm not going to soften up my voice to make you feel comfortable. I'm talking in my natural tone. If my natural tone doesn't do it for you, that's okay. That's okay to be like, I don't really like the way Karina be talking in these streets. That is okay. I'm not the woman for you. But what I'm not going to do is tone myself down to make your weak self feel powerful. You're weak, okay? You're not powerful. If you have to mellow your woman out, if you have to tone her down, if you have to try to humble her and break her, you're not strong enough to be with that woman. She needs an alpha man. She needs a man who can handle that. And they can both have that energy together, because you clearly you're losing in these streets. Sorry. Alicia and Kyrie both said it, perfectly. We were taught to cater to everybody else, and at the end of the day, you somewhere having a mental breakdown because everybody else has come first and you haven't come at all. You're not happy with nothing because you have made sure the house was clean and he has clean underwear and his food is on the table and it's piping hot and I've packed his lunch and the kids. But what about you? Because I really do believe in matching energy. So if I'm breaking my butt to make sure you have clean clothes and I am making sure the house is clean and there's food and all of these different things and I'm washing your work clothes, well, what are you going to do for me when you get home? He already worked a full day. Blasphemy. He should be able to come home and slam his beer down on that table, put his feet up and just watch the ball game. I ain't worked a full day too and taking care of sick little kids and ain't nobody over here fanning me and rubbing my feet. I'll go crazy. I think I need to go next question. Finish it. I'm like, it's bull. We are in this thing together. I want partnership. Like that was always like my number one rule. I was like, when I find somebody, I want to be with somebody who we can be partners together. There is no hierarchy over here. You're not lording over me. Well, I said no, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just because you said no. No, I said you ain't going to be wearing them pants. Nigga, bye. Oh, sorry. You can edit that out. I'm just not going to do this with you. We're not going to do this. We are equals in this household. We respect each other. We are partners. It's not I'm putting my foot down. Who are you talking to? I could see if there was something that was happening where it was like extremely just disrespectful and you have to confront that, then that's where it's necessary, right? But some of what we're seeing, Malia was scared. I don't want to be considered to be masculine because she don't want to tell Chan, this conversation that we having, like you're talking at me, you're not talking to me. And she felt some kind of way about that. And the fact that she couldn't even speak up and she, I don't want to get mad at me. Pull me over to the side of the road. I'm seeing it right now. If I can't speak my mind and say, babe, I get the fact that you want me to be okay, but I need you to trust me and trust the fact that I know my body. If my hand is, gets any worse from that, okay. Or maybe I might consider it. But you don't have to rescue me from no burning building because ain't no buildings out here burning. Stop lording over people. You're not my God. You're my mate. We are in this together as partners, and we should both treat each other as partners. If we're not doing that, then we're not doing a service to each other. Love me and treat me with the respect that you want me to reflect back to you. Because I'm telling you, right, if you treat a woman the way she wants to be treated and you love on her, that woman will go above and beyond for you. Stop acting like, no. When that woman feels loved and oh, honey, you come home to fresh baked cookies, honey. You come home and the bath is ran for you. You will be treated so well. And that's what's supposed to happen. When you're being treated well, you treat people well. Have you ever noticed when you're in a relationship and somebody does something nasty to you and you like, okay, well, get your own clothes for that shower. You know what I mean? Like there's certain things that you do to try to make their life easy. You start being like, well, since you don't appreciate me, since I don't do enough, I'm about to show you what it looks like when I start taking those things away. What we having for dinner? I don't know. I saw the kids eat some yogurt. I had a smoothie earlier after my workout. I don't know what you eating tonight. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't hurt that woman's feelings. You like, oh my God, she really does do a lot. Yes, you're doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. Let's come together and let's love on each other. Let's support each other. But all this, I can't speak my mind. That's sick. I'm done. Next question is waiting for my screen to load. Malia seemed so caught up in Chan that we didn't even find out where they were going to eat. Would you have asked on the first day where he was taking you? Yeah, because I want to make sure that I'm dressed appropriately for this first date. I would hate for you to be like, oh, just wear whatever is comfortable for you. And then I show up in a pair of jeans and some Air Forces. And you took me somewhere that's like really, really nice. Because I'd be like, if you would have just told me that you were taking me to like a 5-star restaurant, I would have threw on like a little black dress, you know, with some little strappy heels and whatnot, you know, nice little piece of jewelry. Um, you know, so yeah, please let me know where we're going, you know, or ask me, hey, what do you like to eat? You like this kind of food? So I'm catching the vibe. And yeah, we didn't know. Like he got her in the car and stuff and started driving, but I'm like, where are we driving to? Like Alicia said, she want to know. So that's my take on it. What's your guys' take?
Yeah, I would definitely ask. I definitely want to know. I need time to do my research and overthink things and then tell myself everything's going to be okay. Call and talk to my girls about it, you know. Get some good pep talk going and then, you know, so that's me.
Sorry, cut this out, but we've been talking about cheesy bread and wings, so I was sitting here on DoorDash like, like let me hurry up and order this before it's my turn again. Sorry. I want my cheesy bread. Shoot. I got the spinach one, the spinach feta cheese one. God forgive me. Okay. Now I'm ready. That they weren't going to eat. Would you have asked? Absolutely. I would have asked. Where are we going? I need to know because I don't want to end up at a family gathering, the church, or a long drive. So, but I will go hiking. So yes, it's important. And like Karina said, you want to make sure you're dressed for the occasion. Girl, I'm all about the jeans and the Air Forces. You guys already know my style. Give me a good, comfortable hoodie, some kicks, and some jeans. I'm straight. But yeah, you don't want to show up there, you know. But it is Chan though. You know, she know he got money. They're not going to pull up to Olive Garden. Like I don't want to spend too much on my first date, you know. Um, and so, but yeah, me personally, I would want to know where we were going. I'm sure he was going to, they've went out on a dinner date before to an expensive restaurant. So she's expecting probably that same energy, even though she threw on some jeans. They were like nice jeans, you know, with a little satin top, and she still wore her Louis Vuittons. And yeah, she still did it up. She dressed up them jeans. So she was ready for anything. That outfit, you know, simple ponytail hoops, simple jewelry and all that, but still classy, beautiful, and on point. She was ready for anywhere they were going to go, unless it was hiking. She wasn't ready for hiking, but yeah, we didn't know where they were going to go. I just assumed they would be going to a nice restaurant because that's where they went before. I mean, homeboy pulled up in a nice car, you know, smelling good, you know, making it do what it do. So yeah, I don't think he was going to take her anywhere cheap. They weren't going to Netflix and chill it. No, he was ready to Netflix and chill. Let's put them flowers away. Right. Like we could just order in, you know. But yeah, I just assumed they were going to go somewhere nice because it's Chan. So, but yes, to answer the question, I definitely would have asked where we are going. I'll be all over the place. I got to remember to answer the question at some point. Sorry.
It wasn't you. It was Kyrie. She was like, "It's Chan." I was like, I read her lips. I was like, "It's Chan." I was like, "No, she didn't."
We are not gonna act like Chan ain't a whole vibe to himself. Like, okay, when you hear it's Chan, you know what's in your head. Whereas if you hear it's Russell, after you get me out your head, you kind of know where, you know, things were. You're like, okay, it's Chan, it's Russell. Even though they're from the same family, they're two completely different vibes. So you're like, okay, you know, with Russell, you might end up at Olive Garden, even though he got money. But with Chan, you know, he gonna go all out and above. but don't mess with my Russell. So
Yeah, because Chan don't care. I mean, Russell don't care. He just trying to get to Pound Town anyway. So he like, let's get that belly fed so you can get back and bend over for me. That's all that Russell energy. So Alicia with it because he fine. She agrees with us in her heart. All right, our last question says, at this point in the story, I want to be carried away by Chan and all of his hotness, but I am also scared for Malia. He seems perfect, but he is in organized crime. Do you think if anyone told Malia who Chan really was, she would listen? Is she too far gone? Ooh, that's a tough question. I don't think she's too far gone. If she believed them, and then it would be convincing her. But I mean, also it's in Malia's best interest not to find out right now because she doesn't know that she's Chan either, whether she wants to be or not, and then the flip side of that is if not, he's going to wipe you and your family out. And could you imagine knowing something like that? It's really hard to go home and play the good girl if if I stay with this man, my family's safe. And if I leave, he going to kill me and everybody. It's hard to have that in your head and maintain life. You have to be a real psychopath to just be like, oh, that's so sweet. Let me go make him breakfast. I know, Alicia, I know. But yeah, at this point, I don't think she would stay. But you would have to do some convincing because she's like, no, I don't think so. But if you came with that evidence, she would try to get out of there because she doesn't want any more drama in her life. She's had enough of that, So she would try, and that would be the end of this book. So let's hope she doesn't find out.
okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure it was time for me. Um, I am so sorry. My nose is just going crazy right now. Um, at first, when I seen this question, I was like, yeah, she's too far gone. She don't listen to nobody. But I think like if Eva and Wendy broke it down to her, they were like, hey, girl, um, I did my own little investigation and this is what we found out and blah, 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 that she'd be like, oh shit. Whereas if it was Frank or God forbid Erica or just anybody, shit, Addison might pop out the woodwork. You know what I found out? You thought you read me, bitch. Let me tell you about your dude. You know, it could be anybody, and I think she ain't gonna listen. She gonna be like, no, whatever. Addison mad because I read her. My dad, he never did like Chan. Blah blah blah. She's gonna make up reasons why. But I think if the right people broke it down to her, like when Kyrie said, well, she's not too far gone. At first, I'm like, yeah, she is. But when she said that's if they believe him, I mean, if she believes him. And so, yeah, if it was when, or even her mother, I think, there might be a little blowback, a little bit of a fight there, but it will put the thought in her head, like, hold on, maybe I should look into this, but yeah.
Sandy gonna tell her to play nice. Sandy in it for that bag, okay?
Right. Sandy ain't messing up that bad. That's why I said there might be a little, but no, Sandy, girl, you right. Sandy ain't gonna say nothing. She gonna keep nice and quiet. Be like, just bear it. Be agreeable. Be pleasant and agreeable. So yeah, I'm concerned for her, of course, because we all know what Chan's into, and he's already little pieces is coming out here and there. But No, if the right people told her, definitely she would be like, okay, hold on, y'all. Okay, Karina's like that too. Somebody could tell her something, she'd be like, whatever. But if me or Kyrie are like, yo, no, girl, for real, like, and we ain't even gotta have proof. It just be like, it just don't feel right. She's like, you know what? That's real shit. If y'all said it, it's real shit. So she'll listen. She'll listen. So yeah, that's my answer. If the right people told her, she'll believe it. So she's not too far gone.
You are so right. Because when I first read that, I was like, "Oh yeah, Malia's she's gone. She no. At this point, there ain't no turning back." But I think you're right. If it came from a source that she trusted, she'd be like, "Why would they try to lead me astray?" Now, if it was Addison or Mike or Justin or Erica or Jelisa or somebody else who she really was like, whatever, some random, you know what I'm saying? Even if it was like Julia, like, I know the last time I seen you, you ruined my bridal shower, and I'm gonna let that slide because you had had a few mimosas. Blame it on the alcohol, like Jamie says. I found out some information though about that guy, Chan, whatever his name is. I think Malia would be like, girl, shut up. I'm not listening to that that comes out of your lying mouth, right? I definitely think that the source where it's coming from is extremely important. When you know people have your best interests and they're not just saying, because I'm jealous of her. And that's the thing I always hate when, like, in the past I've had like friends who had like really stupid boyfriends or whatever, and it's like they'd be like, nah, cause she jealous of you though, because see, Cree ain't got a man. I was like, that's not even what that was about. You're mean to my friend, and then he's all, Gerald said that, you're probably just bitter, you don't recognize because you don't have a man. And it's like, what does me having a boyfriend got to do with him being mean to you? And I'm like, you weak broad, so I would have to get away from her. But then later on she's like, girl, he did everything you said. And I'm like, I told you, but you turned the tables around on me and told me I was jealous, right? So when it comes from a source that you respect and trust, then you know it's a good source. I think like a random person said to Malia is not listening. But like with my girls, they peep stuff that I don't see. And it's crazy because like I peep stuff that they don't see. Sometimes you're just too close to see certain things, And I'm like, I wouldn't date nobody. Like, I'm married now, so we good. But I'm like, God forbid I ever have to get back out in that wild world. Lisi and Kyrie definitely gonna have to read somebody. And I'm not talking about telling him off, but like they have to pick up on people's auras and vibes. And they're gonna be like, nah, sis, like something ain't right. Something ain't right. And I'd be like, you know what? If my girls are picking up on it, because there have been times where I'd be like, no, Alicia, you just hard on people. I had to eat my words. Everything she said was gonna happen from A to Z happened. I'm like, all right, so I've had to learn. Sometimes people see things that you don't see. And if you love them, trust them, and you know they usually have really, really good information and they vet they shit, trust your people. If it's some random, look into it. But like, don't give much credit because they already out there lying on Malia anyway, right? But yeah, just like check your people out. You know what I'm saying? Trust your folks. Like, consider what they're. I'm not saying that Malia would go into the house, slam the door. You're a part of the triad. How dare you? Ain't nobody asked her to do that. But like, if your friends are like, yo, so and so work for the federal government, baby, like they work for the CIA, FBI, and they said that he's under surveillance, and I'm like, what? And they can produce like some kind of evidence to let you know, girl, get away. You better like do your due diligence, look into that, and be like, okay, well, let me figure out a way to slide out of here real nicely. You feel me? But yeah, Malia's not too far gone. Her hands aren't dirty, so it's not like she gotta stay because she didn't went and murk somebody. So she's not too far gone. Definitely, if it comes from the right, people, I definitely think that she'll be able to tolerate that. Because at this point, he's her dream guy, and it's hard to hear something negative about somebody that you're just completely head over. You're like, no, because y'all don't understand the way he made me feel. Like, you want to sing a song, baby. You want to take it back to the 90s with that R&B. You want to scream in the rain. Baby, please don't go. Give you a little immature, the raindrops and all. Rip that shirt. Okay. But I'm done. I'm done because I'm going down a rabbit hole. I don't even know. Any last thoughts? Let me unmute myself. Okay, I got it. All right, well, that's all for this episode of Rose City, the After Show. We hope you enjoyed our discussion of episode 33, A Table for Two, Part 1. Don't forget to tune in next week. We will be diving into episode 34, A Table for Two, Part 2. We want to see, like, where does Chan take our girl? Because she don't even know at this point, but she ready for anything. If you haven't already read Rose City, like, what you waiting for? Come on. Like, don't make me come to your house. The first 3 episodes are free on Kindle Vella, so like there's no reason for you not to check us out. We know you're gonna love it. We love it. New episodes are being published every week. We love hearing from our readers, so please add your thoughts, questions, and theories to the comments, or reach out to us on Rose City the After Show on Facebook. All links will be provided in the description. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week in Rose City. Bye.